Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, JV, coming to you live this Monday morning. Today is the start of a new month. It is December 1st, 2025. Back after the long 4-day holidays weekend. And yes, we just came back from Thanksgiving, which interestingly enough, Thanksgiving became official back in 1863. I was doing some research, and I wanted to share the research with you guys. Back in 1863, when Abraham Lincoln was president of the United States, and there was a civil war taking place, after the Gettysburg Address delivered by the President Lincoln, it was established that on the fourth Thursday of each November moving forward, beginning in 1863, Thanksgiving would be celebrated in the United States as a national holiday. So that is exactly what happened for about 80 years. Let me see. 73, 83, 93, 1903, that's 40. Yeah, for about almost 80 years, about 77 years until Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, back in 1938 or in 1939, decided to change Thanksgiving from the fourth Thursday of each November to the third Thursday of each November. And then in 1941, Congress ratified that change by FDR. And we've had Thanksgiving ever since on the third Thursday of each month of November. So this year, if you remember, the first Thursday was on November the 7th. The second Thursday was November the 14th. The third Thursday was November 21st. And then the last Thursday was the 27th, I believe. Yeah, it was on the 27th. So actually it was on the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th. I don't know why it was on the 4th, but in any event, it was on the fourth Thursday of this month of November. But anyway, here I am back at work again. I'm very surprised. I'm still shocked that I still have a job. If you remember, in the last video that I recorded last week, I mentioned that a couple of my coworkers had been let go. They were laid off. The reasons were undisclosed, and it's understandable. There's no reason for management to give anybody any explanations, but they were indeed let go. And I'm wondering whether or not we're next. I'm wondering whether or not they're going to continue to reduce the workforce even further. There hasn't been any announcement. I don't know whether or not the termination of these two former employees was an isolated incident that had to do with productivity, or whether or not it's a trend that has just begun, or it's in the process of taking place between now and next year, 2026, which is right around the corner. But in any event, I still feel very fortunate that I still have a job as of right now. I'm shocked. I think management actually likes me, but it really doesn't matter if they like you personally or not. I mean, they're not the ones that are ultimately making the decisions. It's actually the executive branch that actually makes those decisions, like in any other company. So even if they like me personally, even if they like me professionally and see that my performance has been helping the company, has been helping the particular department that I belong to, I don't know. That is, in my opinion, irrelevant when decisions of cutting staff are coming from above. So, sorry about that. I had to sneeze. So, I don't know, how things are going to be turning out over the next couple of months, but I feel very blessed, man. I feel thankful that I still have a job, even though the economy around us is not doing very well. The stock market right now, as I'm speaking, is down 253 points. I think we are indeed in a recession. They haven't announced it yet. The dictatorial government that is currently running this country is not disclosing any official job numbers by the Department of Labor. So we really don't know specifically whether or not we're already into a recession. I believe the private company called ADT actually is the one that's still running the numbers. And they came out with the job numbers that showed that only 22,000 jobs were created in the month of October, which was pitiful, which was dreadful, really, for an economy, the largest economy in the world with over 330 million people, about 270 million, 280 million, maybe around 250 million people are in the workforce. To only have 22,000 new jobs is absolutely pathetic, dreadful, an embarrassment. And that explains why the current dictator in the White House, the dictatorial administration, has decided not to disclose any job numbers. So I do feel blessed. I feel very happy to still have a job. For how long? I really don't know. I mean, I have no idea. And for those of you that don't rely on a 9-to-5 job, I commend you. I congratulate you, and I wish you the very best of luck. And I'm very happy for you that you're able to actually, make money without having to rely on your conventional, traditional 9-to-5 job that so many people have been accustomed for the last century or so. But I unfortunately have to still rely on this, even though I have a secondary job as well. The secondary job that I, as a matter of fact, performed during the weekend. Basically, I worked 8 hours a day between Thursday and yesterday on my secondary job. So I do have a couple of jobs, and I've had it. I've been doing this now for about a year and a half now, I believe. Yeah, since the summer of 2024. That's when I started working a couple of jobs. So it's like a secondary complementary type of a job. It's a backup in case I do lose my primary job, which could happen at any given month. But so what's going on in the month of December? Not much more is happening. I'm probably going to be heading out to Mexico next month of January. I do have an offer with the current airline that I've been traveling for the last couple of years. I've accumulated enough points to the point now that I can get a free flight. And I am going to use those points, those reward points that I've accumulated using my credit card to be able to fly for free. And I'm going to be doing that in January of 2026, because right now the weather here in where I'm located is not horrible, it's not brutal, it's not unbearable like you have it in other parts of the US, like in the Pacific, not in the Pacific, but in the Northeast or in the Midwest, where the temperatures can dip all the way down to the single digits in Fahrenheit. But it's still pretty bad relatively compared to what you have it down in Mexico, or in any other part of close to the equator, where the temperature is much nicer and a lot more warmer and moderate than what you have here. So I'm probably going to be heading out to Mexico next month, and I'm looking forward to that. But until then, I still got to get over the remainder of 2025. We still got 4 more weeks to go. Today I got to pay the rent. I got to pay my gym membership. I got to pay my other bills that I have. Thank goodness I don't have a cell phone bill for another year, because I paid so much up front. I have so many credits accumulated on my cell phone accounts, then I don't have to pay another bill for another year. So that's another bill. That's an extra bill that I don't have to worry about. But I still do have a couple of other obligations that I have to take care of. And I did buy a plot of land in Mexico last year, so I'm making monthly payments. I should be hopefully in 2026. I should be able to start building a home there. We'll see what happens. If I cannot, if I don't build a house, then I'll just go out, turn around, and sell the plot of land, and go from there. But yeah, so that's my current situation. Wish me luck. If I do lose this job, then I'll let you guys know. I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. But you gotta be prepared for anything and everything in this current job market environment. Anyway, guys, I wish you guys a good start to your week. Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving weekend. Hopefully you were not a victim of the shooting that took place on Black Friday. That is the new norm in the U.S. If you go and shop and go for the discounts, you may not be able to make it back alive due to the bullets flying from random people that think it's okay to grab an AR-15 and start shooting random people, like it happened in San Jose, California last Friday. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. If you like the content, I will be making weekly videos updating you on my situation, and I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you very much. See you next time.